Mia had always been a loving wife. She and her husband Jake had been together for 7 years. Their marriage was not perfect, but they had built a life together. They had a beautiful home, stable jobs, and memories filled with love. However, something had changed in the last few months. Jake had become distant. He worked late almost every night. His phone was always locked, and he barely looked Mia in the eye. At first, she thought it was work stress, but deep down, a small voice in her head whispered something else. He was hiding something. One evening, while Jake was in the shower, Mia's curiosity got the better of her. She picked up his phone, heart pounding in her chest. His password had changed. Why? Her hands trembled as she put the phone back, pretending nothing had happened. But the doubt had already been planted in her heart. The next few weeks were torture. Jake's excuses became more frequent. Work is crazy. I'm just tired. You're imagining things. But Mia knew better. Something was off. Determined to find out the truth, she decided to follow him one night. He had told her he had a business dinner. Instead of staying home, she took a cab and kept a safe distance behind his car. Her heart raced as she saw him pull into a small, dimly lit restaurant. He wasn't alone. A beautiful woman with long, wavy hair was already waiting for him. The way they looked at each other, the way he touched her hand across the table, it was enough to confirm Mia's worst fears. He was cheating. Tears stung her eyes, but she didn't storm in. No, she needed more than just this moment. She took a deep breath, snapped a few pictures with her phone, and walked away. Her world was falling apart, but she wasn't going to confront him without a plan. That night, she lay beside him in bed, pretending everything was normal. Jake, as usual, turned his back to her. How long had he been doing this? Was she not enough for him anymore? Questions swirled in her mind, but there were no answers, only pain. The next morning, Mia decided she wouldn't be the weak, betrayed wife. She wanted answers. She wanted justice. So she devised a plan. Instead of confronting Jake directly, Mia decided to play along. She became the perfect wife, more caring, more affectionate. She wanted to see how far Jake would go with his lies. One evening, she casually mentioned, "I was thinking of planning a surprise trip for us. We haven't spent time together in so long." Jake looked startled. Oh, oh, that's sweet, but work is really busy right now." Liar. Mia smiled and nodded. She had heard enough. That night, she created a fake social media account using the name Sophia. With a few clicks, she found the woman Jake had been meeting. Her name was Emma, and her profile was filled with glamorous photos, expensive dinners, luxury vacations, and mysterious captions. Was Jake paying for all this? Mia's anger burned deep, but instead of confronting Jake, she decided to set a trap. She messaged Emma from the fake account. "Hey, I think we have something in common. Mind if we talk?" To her surprise, Emma replied within minutes. "Who is this?" Mia took a deep breath and typed, "Someone who knows about your little affair with Jake." Emma didn't deny it. Instead, she asked, "Why do you care?" Mia smirked. "Because I'm his wife." A long pause. Then a message appeared. "I had no idea he was married." Mia felt a strange sense of satisfaction. So Jake had been lying to Emma too. The next day, Mia printed out the pictures she had taken of Jake and Emma together. She placed them neatly inside an envelope with a simple note. "I know everything." She left it on the kitchen counter where Jake would find it. Then she waited. That evening, Jake came home like nothing was wrong. But as soon as he saw the envelope, his face went pale. "Mia, I can explain." She crossed her arms. "Go ahead, I'm listening." Jake stammered, searching for words. "It was a mistake. I didn't mean to." Mia cut him off. "Save it, Jake. I followed you. I saw you. I even talked to her." Jake's jaw dropped. "You talked to Emma?" Mia nodded. "Yes, and guess what? She didn't know you were married either. You're not just a cheater, you're a liar." Jake sank into a chair, defeated. "I love you, Mia. I made a mistake." Mia laughed bitterly. "Love? Do you even know what that means?" She had already made her decision. "I'm done, Jake. I deserve better." Jake begged, pleaded, promised to change. But Mia had heard enough lies. She packed her bags that night and walked away, leaving Jake to drown in his own regrets. Months later, Mia had rebuilt her life. She moved to a new apartment, started focusing on herself, and even began dating again. She realized she had spent too much time loving someone who didn't deserve her. One day she got a message from an unknown number. "Mia, I still love you. Please, let's talk." She stared at the screen for a moment before deleting the message. Some mistakes can't be undone. As she sipped her coffee, a small smile played on her lips. She had lost a liar, but she had gained something more important: her freedom.